Hey everyone, welcome back to my Peak Bloom Sakura Watch update in Hyde Park for April 24th, 2021. This was my first visit back to the park since the snowfall, and I was elated to see it had little effect in the peak bloom. In fact, currently over 95% of the blossoms are now open on the trees throughout the park, and they all look incredible. Starting in the sports fields, we see over 95% of the blossoms are now open. We're first greeted by the proud pair of tall cherry trees showing off their fully blossoming crowns. We come across the other cherry trees, following along the fence line that adds some beautiful backdrops for selfies and photos. There are more than a few opportunities to get some nice shots and see the blossoms up close, as shown in these photos. As you make your way down toward West Road, a few smaller trees and one large tree can easily be spotted for an up-close look. Just please be careful not to shake them or damage the vegetation that surrounds them. Further down and closer to Cherry Hill, more giant trees flank either side of the road, one atop a hill and the other in the ravine in the opposite side. These spots are always popular among wedding photographers and blossom enthusiasts every year, and provide breathtaking backdrops with low-lying branches. It's pretty easy to get beautiful macro and close-up photos in these areas. Just please be careful to stay on the path and not damage the surrounding vegetation around the trees. A few steps away is ever-famous Cherry Hill, which is currently over 97% in bloom. The most extensive groves of trees are found along Cherry Lane, but do note the entire area is fenced off from the top of the hill down to Grenadier Pond. However, some have discovered that you can follow the paths along the fence line for various views of the trees that line Cherry Lane. Though not recommended to travel, the ground is very uneven and potentially damaging to the plant life in the area. Also, keep in mind there is no access to the docks, the Maple Leaf Garden, or Grenadier Pond, as all of this is fenced off during the peak bloom. Here are some photos of the blossoming trees in this area. If you're up for the walk, travel along Colborne Lodge Drive to get to another grove of trees lined along the steep hill towards Grenadier Pond. These trees are over 95% in bloom, and the steep incline of the path can double as a workout and be quite challenging for some. This path also is the only access to the southern side of the pond by the Queensway and Lakeshore. Here are some photos shot in this area. The final destination would be to walk on over to the small collection of blooming cherry trees between the Hyde Park Zoo and the Jimmy Bell Adventure Playground. The trees in this area are slower to open, so they are currently only about 80% in bloom. Always the last to bloom in the park, expect these trees to open up fully in the days ahead. Here are photos capturing this area. Of course, with the weather back in our favor, it's always a great time to walk, run, or bike through the park. Having the peak bloom all around us is only a bonus while getting out for some fresh air and exercise. Please respect the park and others when you are out to help keep our spaces clean and safe. Anytime you visit the park, it's essential to follow these health guidelines. Social distance from others by keeping at least 2 meters or 6 feet apart. Avoid public crowds or engaging in large gatherings. And if ever in doubt, protect yourself and others by wearing a mask that adequately covers your nose, mouth, and chin. As of April 24th, 2021, Hyde Park is well into the peak bloom with over 95% of blossoms open on average. Depending on the weather, the bloom should continue through to the 28th. Strong winds and heavy rains are always threats to shorten the blooming period. I'll also continue to bring you the cherry blossoms virtually with more photos and videos so that you can enjoy them safely from home. And that wraps up this episode of Sakura Watch. Thanks for watching. Please comment below, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and share this video. And remember, you can always visit sakuraandhydepark.com to see the full update and high-quality photos. Be careful, be safe, and watch for more updates soon.